There are some nice colorways, some very great colorways, and then there's legendary colorways. In my opinion, some of those legendary colorways are like the Chicagos, the Breads, the White Cement, and on the 11s, for me personally, it's the Space Jam. And it's such a nice colorway that Jordan Brand stuck it on a Jordan 1 mid, and that did really well. And people don't usually like mids. Side note, I don't know why people clown on Jordan 1 mids. Like, if people like mids, let them like it. And if you remember, they also tried to stick the Space Jam on the Jordan 11 Low IEs as well as the Comforts. But in May this year, they are bringing back this legendary colorway on another silhouette. Air Jordan 11 Low Space Jam. This shoe is dropping on May 18th for $190 in the United States. And if you didn't know, the first low top version of the Jordan 11s were the Jordan 11 IEs, which personally I just think are not good looking at all. The Jordan 11 low top in this form actually first originally released in 2001. Michael Jordan did wear it prior to that, but it never released to the public. And the Space Jam colorway, obviously true to its name, it appeared in the Space Jam movie. Michael Jordan also wore the 11s in the 95 and 96 season, but the Space Jam colorway didn't officially release to the public until the year 2000. And first impressions of the shoe, like I said in the intro of my video, this colorway is just cemented as just one of the greatest. It is so nice. That patent leather, even though I don't even love patent leather, the way it gleams and bounces off that icy outsole with the white midsole over here. Oh my god, it is delicious. Absolutely just mouth-watering. I love this colorway. Just love it so much. It is one of the best. But I will be honest, I don't really love the 11 low silhouette. I think the 11s just looks better as like a mid or high top. I think when it's low, it just kind of squeezes a bit down a bit too much. So it kind of looks chubby, a little fat from a bird's eye view, especially as a wide footer myself. So I don't actually love the 11 lows, but I absolutely do love this colorway. And the materials on the upper, the base, it is this ballistic nylon mesh. Obviously the Jordan 11 Gratitude, swap that mesh for leather. This one is just the standard general Jordan 11 materials with the patent leather on the mudguard. And in a vacuum, I don't love patent leather. It does crease very easily. That kind of new shiny look just starts to look old and shiny really quickly. But it's such a distinct feature of the Jordan 11. Now, fun fact, when Tinker Hatfield designed this shoe, he really wanted the Jordan 11s to have like this elevated and more elegant look. So they decided to go with patent leather to achieve that aesthetic. And hate it or love it, the patent leather on the Jordan 11 is just absolutely iconic. A lot of people do have the 11s, not the lows, but the Jordan 11s as their greatest shoe ever. I'm not quite sure I would agree. I think the Jordan 11s are probably definitely top 5. Don't know if it's top 1. My personal favorite is the Jordan 5, but there's a very good argument for it. And one thing I have to point out is that tag on the middle of the tongue. If you flip it like horizontally, it says Jumpman Jam. On the regular Jordan 11s, the branding says Jumpman Jordan. And moving on to the booty of this shoe, you see the 23 that is printed and the 11 Gratitudes. This was actually like its own piece. So it wasn't just like printed. That kind of felt more elevated. This one, just more like a regular Jordan 11. And then around the top half of this heel, and it does seem to be synthetic leather, but very, very small amounts, so not a huge deal there. And the 11s does come with a Phylon midsole with a full-length carbon fiber plate, as well as a full-length Nike Air unit. This shoe was actually the last time that Jordan Brand would go with Nike Air. They would switch to the Zoom Air starting from the 12s, but the overall cushioning is still pretty decent, but it does still have that lower to the ground feeling, more of the on-court feel that Michael Jordan definitely preferred. But I really like the carbon fiber plate, and if you didn't know, carbon fiber is a super lightweight material, but it's also super supportive and very durable. And the full-length Nike Air, even though it's a very old technology, I think that works pretty well as well. And of course, the highlight of this shoe, it is that icy outsole. Just, come on. Just look at it. This is just so absolutely beautiful. I just love it. On this shoe with this color blocking with the black upper, it is just beautiful. It pops. It is, it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. There's something about the icy outsoles on this shoe that just gets me. It really does. And the insole of the shoe, it is Dreamcell insoles. Dreamcell insoles are pretty standard for a lot of Jordan Brand shoes, but it's definitely not the best. Now, this shoe does not come with any extra laces, just black laces. And why would you switch it out? This colorway is perfect the way it is. Don't you dare change anything on this shoe. And the box of the shoe, pretty standard, Jordan box. And the patternless paper in here actually mimics the carbon fiber on the shoe. Pretty nice touch. Now moving on to sizing and comfort. For 11s, I usually go true to size, even though I do have wide feet. Now I will say sometimes this pinky area, this can start to hurt my feet after like a whole day of wearing 11s. But when I go up half size in 11s, I just feel like there's a bit too much room, especially with the way patent leather creases. I don't want any like extra wiggle room in the toe box because it just creases very, very ugly. But I don't feel like there's a perfect solution. Everywhere else, it does feel very nice, very well padded. Just that pinky toe area can start to like grind on me. So if you have wide feet, just keep that in mind. My personal recommendation, I just stick true to size. Just wear the thinnest socks that you have, and I think you'll be fine. But overall cushioning and comfort, even though it's an old shoe, the tech spec setup is not like anything fancy, nothing modern, but I think it still works pretty well just for casual use. And I will say around the ankle collar, it's very sufficiently padded. Some like low cuts are very thin around the ankle collar, so it feels kind of naked around those parts. But I think for the 11 lows, definitely sufficiently padded. And that brings the total sole score of the Jordan 11 Low Space Jam to 33 out of 40. Very high score compared to other general releases. And first, it is colorway. I mentioned this many times throughout this video. This colorway is absolutely mouth-watering delicious. That's all that needs to be said. Now in terms of materials, personally I don't love mesh like on sneakers. I prefer leather over everything, and I don't love patent leather. So personal preference, not my favorite, but it is an 11. I can't go in and buy 11 and just expect something else. This is how an 11 should come, so I don't really have too many complaints. In terms of the tech specs, not like the best, especially if you compare it in 2024 terms, like from that view. But overall, I still think it's very decent. I still think it holds up. In terms of comfort, I think the 11s are one of the more comfortable ones in terms of like the cushioning and the lightweightness or the weight of the shoe, especially from Jordan 1 to 14. Apart from that slight pinky toe kind of tightness after hours and hours of use for wide footers, that's probably the only nitpick that I have, but it's not like a huge complaint. Doesn't really bother me too much, but I do notice it like creeps up on me slowly. Apart from that, everything else, it's pretty decently comfortable. Now in terms of the versatility of the shoe, generally I would say low-cut sneakers are more versatile, but I think the 11s are just so popular and just really crossed over into the mainstream that the low-cut version of this shoe just kind of looks a bit off. It just doesn't look right. I think the regular 11s are just slightly more wearable and more versatile, but with all that said, the shape of this shoe, it's still very wearable. And in terms of the wearability of the colorway, objectively, I do think white sneakers are slightly more wearable, but I'm a black sneaker lover, so I love this colorway, and I do think the colors on the shoe, white, black, blue, that icy blue, it's just super versatile. Still, really goes with so many different things. There's no colors that are just random, kind of slapped on there. Very happy they didn't put sail on this midsole. Would have absolutely ruined this legendary colorway. So overall, very versatile shoe. There's still a lot of 2024 left. We're only in May, but I don't know. I can kind of see this sneaker being in my top 10 sneakers of 2024. I don't like it as much as the original Jordan 11 Space Jams. Like I said, I don't love the low silhouette of the 11s. But this colorway is just, I can't get over it. Everything about it, it is just so nice, so nice. And it's probably way too early. I'll probably change my mind later when it's December. But as of right now, I think this is one of my best pickups of 2024 so far. So that's it. Thanks for watching Sole Inclined. Let me know what you think of the Air Jordan 11 Low Space Jam. Like, subscribe, comment, all the good stuff. And remember, tomorrow may never come, so wear your shoes.